No.
Y'all ready?
Time it is. Blazing takes.
Yeah.
I just gotta have my blazing
I know what this is.
Blazing takes.
If you get
offended,
so
great. Blazing
y'all here
takes.
because y'all want the
Blazing
real.
takes.
And you know I'm gonna get the real. But enough with all that.
Blazing takes.
What's up, SimWorld? What it do? What it look like? This is Rick Blaze coming to you with another episode of Rick's Blazing Takes. And today we're gonna get right into it. We're talking about SimWorld. I was brought me back to a moment in time where I asked myself, what are some of my favorite basketball movie characters of all time? So I'm going to run down my top 5 favorite basketball movie characters of all time. And once you listen to this particular episode, go into the Discord, list your top 5 or top 3 or top 1, what have you, movie basketball characters of all time. Coming in at number 5, got to give my man some love. Michael J. Fox, Teen Wolf. I know, but my man could play some ball in Teen Wolf. You're not going to stop him. He's going to dunk all over the court. And at the end of the day, you can't talk trash because he's going to beat your ass too. Like, he made being a Harry and a Henderson on the basketball court look cool. My man had the whole outfit working, even with the Converse and everything. The Chuck Taylor's not. Yo, Teen Wolf, Michael J. Fox coming in my number 5 favorite basketball characters of all time. Coming in at number 4, I got to go with a duo. My man Sidney and my man Billy Hoare from White Men Can't Jump. Those two are very entertaining. They can really play street ball. They can really hustle. Unfortunately, they were terrible family men, for lack of a better word. Terrible family men. Especially Woody Harrelson in the film. I can't believe you let a young lady like that go through the pain and suffering that you let her go through. Boy, you should be executed for those sins and crimes. But coming in at number 4, White Men Can't Jump, Billy Hoare and Sidney Dean. Those boys could hoop, and they could talk a lot of trash as well. Coming in at number 3, Quincy McCall, loving basketball. My man had game. He had it popping. And he had the young lady on his side as well. He was the man at USC. He was the man at high school. He got to college at USC, made it to the pros. I love how they made the story realistic because everybody who's the man in high school and the man in college don't always become the man in the pros. So I love how he just became, he was a role player. And his wife ended up getting married, going to WNBA and become a much bigger star. At the end of the day, he was cool with that. They got married. They had a good family. I liked his character in that. He was the truth, and I love how they make a realistic character. So coming in at number 3, I go my man Quincy McCall from Love and Basketball. Now, coming in at number 2, I want you to love Miss Sexy. None other than my main man Jackie Moon from Semi-Pro. You got to give Will Ferrell some love for that, my brother. He killed that. I love it. He was the owner. He was a player. He was a semi-broadcaster. He was did the commercials and marketing. And my man was not even a great player, but you couldn't tell him that because he owned the damn team. Man, I love Jackie Moon in that. He did what he had to do to make his team win and have his league survive. I love him in that Semi-Pro coming in at number 2. And my number 1 favorite basketball character of all time, I got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. Some of you guys even call his name on Sunday, Jesus. Oh, yes. Jesus Shuttlesworth from He Got Game. The man had game, played by Ray Allen. Of course, you know he had a real game on the basketball court. My man was the dude in high school, had all the girls, had all the scouts, had all the sponsors, had everything. And my man ended up going to college, you know what I mean, playing ball there. I love the story. It was a really realistic story on what these guys go through on the high school and college level, from the recruiting, from the under the table offerings, from the coaches, from the other players, from your girlfriends, from the fans, from the neighborhood, from your parents, right? It was a really, really realistic story that was captured really well by Spike Lee, Jesus Shuttlesworth. And what a name. That is a hell of a name, by the way. That is a hell of a name. But that name only goes well if you become a great player like that. Like, you can't be Jesus Shuttlesworth and you work at Home Depot. We got to clean up on all 5. Jesus, we need you on all 5. Jesus, we need you on all 5 for cleanup. Nah, that's not going to cut it. But Jesus Shuttlesworth, He Got Game is my top my number one guy for most loved basketball characters in a movie. Tell me what you guys think. What's your top 3 or top 5 or number one basketball guy person of all time in film? Put it in Discord. I'm interested to hear it. Find it out. Hey, before I go, my number one SimWorld guy of all time, speaking of Jesus, thanks, Marsh, Jameson Johnson. You know what it is. I'm out. Till next time. Peace.
Blazing takes.
Yeah.
I just gotta have my blazing
I know what this is.
Blazing takes. Blazing takes.
Blazing up it. So
Great. Blazing
y'all here
takes.
because y'all want the
Blazing
real.
takes. I just
And you
gotta
know I'm
have
gonna
my
get it.
blazing takes.
But
Blazing
enough of
takes.
all that.
Blazing takes.